Hi, everybody. I'm sending this to, hundreds of people because I need a village. I almost want to post it publicly, or I'm not even I go that far, but I need help. I think I'm just now seeing that I put myself in another. I didn't put myself in a good situation. And I need to get out of it. I'm not in danger, but and I haven't been perfect, but I've been sick, and I think it's been making me sicker, and I don't think they'll really. I'm not going to go into detail, but I can't live here. I can't stay in Helena because I have no. I'm deeply in debt, and I have no money. I've been working, but not enough, because I'm still not getting anywhere because I've been completely alone still. And sometimes completely quarantined from Bill, who's been quarantining himself from me for a couple months. I broke up with him before Christmas, but still friends. Supposedly it was unconditional that I could just stay here, and I'm not gonna get in other ways, but I'm trying to give myself some grace. But when I first realized how precarious my situation was in buildings, I'm sure it didn't make, I don't know if even if it made sense, it was some toxic nightmare, but I tried to ask my sister for help, and she was going through some stuff and maybe on some pain pills because she had back problems, but she literally, when I said I didn't remember going, I was maybe going to be homeless if I didn't do something. I didn't even get an answer from her. And then I had some family that I wrote to as well. And I didn't really ask for anything specific, but I kind of just, and I think they all maybe thought I was drinking. And when you're someone who's isolated or often kind of had an orphan complex for years, a lot of it's just part of my messed upness is that I guess I'm one of those people that's always going to feel perpetually alone, or but I have been kind of, and then when I haven't ever learned how to ask for help and spend your life taking care of the people, sometimes just because it's how you feel safe, people pleasing, and you finally genuinely need you wouldn't have maybe been such a bad situation if you'd asked for help earlier or talked to somebody, but that's your brand of fucked up is you don't talk. And people think you talk about everything because you talk about some things online. But I talk about the things I feel like I should talk about to help other people. It helps me, but I don't talk about everything, and I promise I'm not going to hear, but I don't know where to go. I guess back to business. I'm making myself ask a whole bunch of people for help. Because I just ask. In my whole life, maybe I usually have one person I'm just comfortable with, sort of, But even those people, friends, I felt like I think I had to pay them back or something, But then and then then I would just try to hold on, Max Mark. I would try to hold on one person and hold him responsible for my feelings, and he has to be the person that helps me because I don't get open. I don't know, I'm not. I can't do that. I put pressure on one person, do my everything, and I'm in a situation where that would work anyway. I need to move. I don't know where to go. I don't want to go back to Bismarck, but also I'm to the point where I don't know where else I would want to go. I don't know what I see in my future. I'm just broken, and I haven't. I don't think I moved to a place with someone who, as a friend where that would work, where I would be able to I mean, if it's COVID, you know, but because I'm still functioning, and I can take meds and go to see a counselor once a week, but I still don't see people, and the one person I live with, well, he's been quarantined for me, but when I was getting better and talking and just being myself, and that was what was not working, you know. So I got quiet again, and then I've literally been alone again because but that's good because I felt more alone when I was trying to talk to him and he would just leave the room. Because I'm too much, and that's more complicated than it sounds. And he's not a bad person, but also he isn't recognizing how he, I think, controlled and manipulated me, and kind of made my situation worse in a way, you know, than it would have been if I'd maybe gone back to Bismarck earlier or not come here. Because now it feels really hopeless. And this is really, really hard. I'm not even, I might use money, but I also like anything, you know, like suggestions. I'm gonna leave this big group I made right after I send this, and maybe for 24 hours, and I don't know, because I haven't talked to anybody about all the things that are not working, and a lot of the things that have happened to me this year, and it's too much for me to catch anybody or everybody up, you know, and I wouldn't want to put anybody through that. But I also have this thing where I feel like I always over-explain myself or justifying myself, maybe to myself, but trying to tell myself that I can just ask for help without having to explain why. And I can try and ask for help without feeling terrible about it, like I'm a failure. I'm a 46-year-old woman who lost her mind, and it was just the perfect storm, you know? It was childhood trauma and losing 3 pet trauma and moving. I broke, and I was all alone, and I still am, and there's so many things I figure where I'm gonna go and what I'm gonna do. I still, even if, I mean, I think I'm still gonna have to, I'm just gonna, you know, never have any credit ever again, but I think, and I'm just gonna charge all my bills, my credit cards off, but even then, I don't know if I can support myself, because I feel like what I've needed to get better is to work with people and be around people, and I haven't really been able to. Because the bill, it was a little conditional. I mean, it was okay for me to do one thing. I don't want to get into it, but a month, have a go with that. Well, on Christmas I thought I was gonna have to leave because something I realized about him, and then I talked myself out of it, or I don't know where else to go. And I talked it up so much to everybody, you know, because I think I needed to. And by the way, I didn't have a drinking problem. I didn't actually drink heavily until I got to Helena. And I did that for about a month, I think. A month and a half, as long as I think I was trying to say I was dating a relationship with him. Because I think I was really fooling myself, and I was trying to push it down. Because as soon as I was like, okay, this is turning into a problem, that's when when I stopped drinking again, because I didn't really start up till I got really for real. I drank like 5 times in Billings. I was still in pain. But here it became an every night thing here. He didn't even know I was drunk. He's autistic, but I also think he'd care. And when I'd be trying to quit, he would bring booze. But it's beside the point. When I said, okay, this is a problem, that's when I realized, like, when I broke up with him, and then, you know, it was still okay to be here, but I'm not saying he's a bad person, and I've realized as past years I've manipulated people in my life and tried to control them. And I don't know if he realizes he's been doing that with me, and, you know, I feel like I had no recourse to, like, call him out on anything, and I don't think I even realized a lot. a lot of it because, I mean, who am I? I'm just some penniless, would have been homeless person, you know, who he swooped in and saved and paid, you know, to have her car fixed and $1,000 to move her, and so he could just, and so she could stay with him eventually and just save money, pay her stuff off. But you know, I need help. I have to move, and it's been back and forth now for 2 days. Where like, no, I can. He's, you know, the things he said to me, I can't say, and I don't, and it can't all be like, I'm trying to realize it's not just autism, him being blind. It's not. It's, you can be that, and you can understand somebody's on the spectrum, and that their brain functions differently, and they're just different, not bad. But also, that doesn't mean that they aren't being bad in other ways. And I have a hard problem calling anyone bad, but you know, and I was like, I can understand where people maybe are coming from, so, but it doesn't make it okay. I mean, because this isn't, and he doesn't recognize that he isn't healthy in many ways, mentally, emotionally, and that, and I'm like, I'm like $60. My bank account is like negative $65, and my phone is overdue, and I work every day. I like put the Instacart because I feel, you know, I got a regular job like I want to when I couldn't take it, or I would have had to be out 2 weeks. See, it was conditional. I mean, it's also complicated, and no one's ever gonna know the whole story because I would never have time to tell anyone, and I don't know if I have the heart. But and really all I've needed, I think, maybe to get better is to be to have a purpose, and I wasn't really able to. Instacart, I mean, just my Instacart ratings, I'm like 5-star ratings, and people are like, I'm a rock star. Like, people write these reviews about me that are like, I'm pretty fucking amazing, but I have no structure. I have no coworkers. It's just me by myself all the time again, you know. And I have been for a year, and it messes with your brain, and then I'm someone who doesn't like to ask for help, and everything has to be even, and that's part of what got me here with money. But, and I'm not asking for help, but if I don't, I'll be homeless. I'm trying to sell everything I own, like records. I don't own a lot that's worth anything, but even my parents, like the few things that maybe are worth something, or, you know, because they are just things, you know, but it's a little too late right now. I mean, I was trying to before. I should have tried selling stuff earlier, but I've always wanted to sell stuff, but I always get done. It's just the way I am. It's not because I'm a bad person. It's not that I value things over people, because I never have. It's all complicated, but I don't know if I'm asking for it. I'm asking if someone knows, if, you know, people used to, like, had to leave the group. You don't have to do anything. You can just watch part of this video, or like, oh my God, or she's insane, or I'm just making myself reach out because maybe somebody has somebody who needs a house care taken, or I don't know, you know, or just maybe it's exercising, me getting better. But I've spent my entire adult life, I think, trying to make a home by myself or with others, and it's probably the most important thing to me, and I don't have the heart to start over, and I am, but right now I'm saying I have to try so hard to get better, but you know, it's just too many things that are working against me. No community, not reaching out to people. I mean, and so I guess that's one thing people can do right away. I don't know. It's like, I'm not gonna answer messages. I mean, I don't know what to do. I mean, like, I shut down, but it's overwhelming. I to talk about things, and I know this half doesn't make sense. I need help, people to figure out I don't know where to go, where I belong in the world. I'm worried if I go back to Pittsburgh, I'll be there forever. And maybe that's not the worst thing, but I guess I feel like I never really wanted to be there, but I stayed with my parents, and then I stayed too long, they were gone, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't. What I do for a living has something I can barely support myself with, and it's not even something. And I don't. I've so, and now that I've had some. Before I realized I wasn't really allowed to get a job if I stayed here, I had, and when I was in Billings, after I had been alone for so long, I messed every interview up because I was just like, I couldn't stop talking, and I said things I shouldn't have. The only job I forget was for one. This past one was because it was another like kitchen restaurant woman, and it wasn't for management, and it was just, kind of a temp like, chef for hire, and she's fucking awesome and understanding, and like it was, or she was just a mensch, she's like, or because she was a woman. I don't know, because I wasn't a crazy person and she understood. And she was going to give me a chance. Because otherwise I can't even manage a job interview. Because I'm too much. I talk too much and I don't know how to... I've always been someone who interrupts too much and like puts things out or talks over people, and it's horrible and I can't seem to stop. But this is different, and I think that my desperation and loneliness is scaring. I don't know what to do. I'm not suicidal. I'm not like I was years ago where but I do feel hopeless because I have two pets that I desperately love, and I like, how can I someone to take me with? I have a dog and a cat. I've always taken care of myself, and I always have done the best job, but I got to the point where I couldn't, and I didn't know how to ask for help, and I still can't take care of myself. This is how people become homeless, by the way, because they don't ask for help, or they don't know who to ask, or it's too much, Who takes care of people that just don't talk about it, or who lose their mind when they're in a strange town, and don't let people in, or know that and it's somebody's fucking somebody new, but I mean, I have this complex, and I was feeling sorry for myself a lot of it, but I am rambling, but like, I told Mark once, my ex, something I never told anybody, because I think the most shameful thing for me to ever be to admit that I'm lonely. And it's not anybody's fault, because I don't reach out either. This is part of my attachment disorder, like that I'm partially alone, but that goes, you have to like work at that too. You can't just, nobody cares about me, and then not like call people, or you know what I mean. So I'm not blaming you because there's no one to blame, but I used to take a lot of trips by myself, like just to Minot for the year of Fargo, just because I got out of town, and I just really didn't. I have many friends, I guess, because I kept to myself. I spent money I shouldn't, just getting a shitty hotel room and hanging out watching cable TV and like Minot, just to get out of town, and I did that a lot. Or just for a night, or I don't know, or anytime I'd go out of town though, I would when I come over the hill to Bismarck, or if I was on a plane, like the plane starts to land, I'd have this like home, my own bed, and then be a relief. And then I always would start crying, because I never, for years, I guess I didn't have anybody wondering. I didn't have anybody say, like, let me know when you get home. There was no one waiting to know if I made it home okay. That sounds so silly. Like, I know people care about me, but like, like I realized, because I kept to myself so much, there was times, if I hadn't had a job, and if I had, died in my apartment, I could have been there for a week and nobody would have known, you know, because people wouldn't have been like, what happened to Kristen, you know, if I wasn't on Facebook, I guess. And that's how cut off I had made myself. That could happen to me, you know. That no one would know if I didn't make it home from a weekend, or you know, or got in an accident, and or if I didn't, you know, if I didn't have anybody to call and say I made it home okay. There was no one waiting for me, or just waiting to hear. I'm not trying to feel so. I'm trying to explain. I don't know. Like I don't know where my home is, and I mean, in so many ways, and I'm this move to here was a bad idea because it just doubled it. I think. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know. I don't know how. I need all the help in any kind of way. I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to pack. Or how I'm not functioning, and it's a pandemic. Who's gonna? I mean, it's the worst timing too. You know. I could make it just come on, so I can make it. You know. But I'm gonna keep getting sicker if I stay here. It feels like you stay until the vaccine. You can say I'm not able to work like fully function because of stuff here, and it doesn't. Please don't worry about me being in danger or like being abused or anything, but it's very complicated, just like life is, and I don't know. This here broke me, and I can't. I need all the help. I need to take care of myself until I can do it, and I don't know in what way. I don't know. I mean, like, friends, like, my friend Dawn, I live with her, but like, with my dog and my cat. I mean, but that I had to do this because I make one person responsible for me, and also, I do need Valley to go to Bismarck or somewhere, or at least know someone. I need to be, even if there's a pandemic, I need to have some people, because I have been so alone, and I have, even if it's just someone who waves at me from across the street that knows me from before I lost myself. I don't know. I don't want to go back to Bismarck, but then I do. I just know that I don't know. I say indication, but then I'm scared to ask for help. I'm scared to receive help. I don't do well being a roommate because I never feel comfortable because I'm too much of a people pleaser, but also because I'm, I have pets and but I can't live on my own because I have no money. I mean, I don't know what I'm asking for. And a lot of you are going to be like, why did she send this to me? Because I'm sending it to a lot of people. Just because I'm hoping somebody even just says like, I don't know. Because it's an exercise in asking for help. And, like I said, never know, maybe somebody's aunt needs someone to house sit for like 6 months. I don't know what I'm doing. I cut myself off so much that I don't know, I need a family. I need some connection, like, I need people to, I feel ridiculous, like, I feel sorry for me, I'm not trying to do that, I don't know what I'm asking for. I just know that I have nothing. I start telling things, but I see if we start functioning, it's hard enough to get out of bed. My teeth are, oh my God. I forget to take showers for days. I mean, I don't see anybody, you know? I'm still this, what am I talking about? I went down to Texas right when COVID started to get work back up here, and I realized that he didn't really need me to get it back. He would come back. He had some family stuff. He didn't want me on that trip, and I didn't want to be on it because I knew he didn't want me. But whatever. When I came back and COVID hit, I threw away boxes and boxes of things my parents had saved that I had never seen before, pictures, and I mean, they're things that they'd been saving their whole lives because I didn't want to. I didn't know who was going to pack up my things if I died. Because I had a trauma response to COVID. And that's just like every time since my dad's died, when I had to put down emergency contact or emergency contact. I haven't known who to put. My sister she's in another country, but also just that when working, and I didn't want to burden anybody. It's how I it's for because I was sick, it's trauma response, but like I don't want to burden anybody. I don't want to be anybody's problem or responsibility, but I need. I do need people, or I'm going to. I don't know. But this feels so. I'm gonna come off as. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I've been trying to smoke less. I've been trying successful, but I'm coughing. Because that's what happens, you only start to clear out. And because I have no money. But I haven't had it before, and I've still managed to smoke. That's addiction. And I was drinking again. I've been drinking off and on again since because I haven't been able to deal with my reality here, but I guess because it's a fucking pandemic, and I'm so far behind in life, and I cannot barely ask for a ride to the airport, let alone, like, I don't know, because I don't talk to people, and now it's like, and even for like the past year, it's like by the time I would justify or explain myself enough to like deserve help, or people, if it's too much for anybody to listen to or tell, I don't know what to say. And again, you might be watching this, like, I've never met her in person. I'm not sure I'm gonna send this yet. I'm gonna send it to my people, even people that I like barely know, or I've only been around once, but who've been my Facebook friends for years. My people. I'm not even gonna. I don't know if I'm sending to any family. One side of the family, because they didn't really. Well, when I asked for help of any sort, I got absolutely no response. Not a peep. Read my messages and didn't answer me. And then the other side is, my dad's side, they're wonderful, but so many of you watching this, I feel like that you guys have enough of your own, stuff. And then I guess my cousins, I think they're kids like me. But I mean, I'm not particularly close with any of them. I guess, but I love them. But the ones who I know who might be invited to this, who I might send this to, are the ones who just lost their father or husband, or my cousin. Like, I don't want to burden people. I guess I don't want to burden. I don't know. I can't. I just talked for half an hour, so I need. I don't know if it even made sense, and I feel like I should watch this. But it's like the 5th one I've made. Because I tried doing this a month ago, and a couple months ago, and then I think I made myself think it's not that bad, and then he changed, and and if I could just be the person he wanted me to be, I could, you know, I could have a nice, comfortable life. It's conditional, see, and I, and he's told me that, I can have a nice, and not struggle, because I have my whole life, because I haven't made that much money, and I haven't been with people who have, or been with anyone long enough, and and the reason I'm in the hole is because because I've had unhealthy spending habits, but also because, yeah, well, do you guys know? I mean, because, and I'm gonna have to keep struggling, but I need to rebuild so I can actually care enough to I don't. So yeah, I need help for where to go, what to do, how to care about living again, to have hope in the future. Because I'm tired. I've been trying to I've been pushing, I've been trying to hope and trying, and I've been completely and totally alone for almost a year, and really, and pushing myself, and it doesn't feel like I've been going anywhere, but I every day's a struggle, and I'm tired, and I need help. I guess, I need people to lean on in a real way, and I need them to make me, like, I trust it. I don't, it feels shameful. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna stop this right now. I'm gonna leave this room or group, because I thought maybe, even, all of you might start talking, and, I have some great idea about, I guess it was I have, and Don, when you see this, I will have already talked to you, because I will talk to you before I send this out, but, I have to, we have a big ask. I'd say how much people that I need help or somewhere to go, because even if it is Dawn is the best bet, that's all the pressure on her, and then I'm putting all that on one person, and she's got, and she's got to, I need a village, because I can't make any, like I said, I was responsible for me, but someday, this is me asking for help in a real way. I'm just not good at it, and I don't know, and I don't feel deserving, but I have no choice. I have absolutely no choice, because I have no more options. I have no more credit cards to rack up, or I could sell, but I have time. But even if I did sell everything that I own, it still wouldn't be enough for more than a month's rent, maybe. It's so weird, and I know that maybe nobody, packing and to go where, I don't know, or I just leave all my stuff. I don't need anything. My pet. Okay, I don't know what I need. I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna try not to remember this video. But this is me. I'm really sick. And I've been trying to fix myself, but COVID just fucked everything up. It was just the apple icing on the cake, but nobody, not one person knows everything that happened to me this year and last year in life, and I'm not really prepared to tell any one person, but something broke in me, and I broke, and I need some community, just, and a sense of purpose. or I'm gonna stay that way. And I feel shame because I adopted a dog and a cat, but you know, I don't know where I'd be if I didn't have them, because I don't know if I'd be here, because I wouldn't know. Because I've gotten to the point so many times where but I'm responsible for them, and they love, and they depend on me, you know? Oh, I need to stop this. Okay. If you watch this whole thing or any part of it, well, thank you. You're not responsible for me, and you don't have to respond to this at all, and I'm not going to be in this room, and if you message me, I don't know if I'm going to answer right away or ever. No. This is I feel like this can't be my life this past year, you know? And then this, like, is insane that I'm doing this. It's just but this is what happens when you grow, when you learn, when you just have a messed up, things in life mess you up, and you never learn to reach out, and you, just so many things that are no one's fault.